Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, it is imperative that we acknowledge the ever changing economic landscape that we find ourselves in. With brands operating with limited resources, we as marketing professionals are at the forefront of budgeting decisions. But amidst these trying times, I implore you to see the silver lining here. For businesses, tough economic times can be seen as an opportunity to invest in cutting edge technologies that can generate quality leads and deliver unparalleled customer experiences. The businesses that will focus on generating quality leads and delivering exceptional CX will undoubtedly emerge victorious in the future. So let us take this opportunity to steer our businesses towards a brighter future and embrace the power of innovative marketing strategies. We have with us some of the best marketing minds in the business to talk about this. And to moderate the session, please allow me to call on this virtual stage our senior marketing manager, Ankush Jasuja. He is definitely a marketing veteran who has 13 plus years of experience in marketing, sales, and business development. His unparalleled strategic leadership abilities combined with his marketing intuition have enabled him and his teams to achieve exceptional results. So here's Ankush with our fireside chat on the topic fast track your lead generation efforts during dynamic economic times. Over to you, Ankush.
Thank you. Thank you, Ria, for that kind introduction. Great. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, depending on the region from where you are joining us today. As we all are aware that the world is sailing through unprecedented economic time, businesses are facing challenge with respect to resources and have increased the focus on ROI. Marketing leaders like us are finding themselves at the forefront of budgeting discussions. Now, it's more important than ever to show the value and effectiveness of marketing strategy. Economic downtimes are typically temporary, and the business that continues to invest in lead generation strategies are the often one that succeed in the long run. At this point, at this very point, for every organization, lead generation must be a top priority. To maintain a strong funnel, it is key for every marketer or every business owner to rethink, reconfigure, and readapt their marketing strategies as per the need of time. To deep dive more into this, I have with me some of the finest minds of the industry as part of this fireside chat. Allow me to introduce them. Our first guest speaker here with me is Andrew Johnson, Senior Vice President of Marketing at OpenWorks, a strategic visionary backed by 25 plus years of hands on experience in planning and executing marketing strategies. With his growth hacking mindset, he takes a long term strategy approach to build businesses by developing high performance teams, processes, and programs. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us today. I think for Andrew, the mic and the camera is still off.
Thank you for having me here, Ankush. It was muted.
No worries. Your camera is also still people are not able to see you at this point. Great. So here it's Andrew with us. Thank you, Andrew. And the second guest speaker with us today is Don Seiler, Director of Business Operations and Sales at Tipalti, a sales powerhouse who is passionate about supporting companies to build trust with clients, generate leads, and increase conversations. He is an experienced leader with a proven track record of building and scaling high performance sales teams to achieve a bottom line success. Great to have you, Don, as a part of this fireside discussion.
Thank you, Ankush. Glad to be here.
Great, great. So, without any further delay, let's deep dive into our fireside chat discussion. Fast track your lead generation effort during dynamic economic times. So, we all have observed during and the post pandemic as well that the world has fast tracked and shifted towards digitalization. This indeed has changed a lead generation methodology, whereas in buyer has become more aware, and it has also enabled decision makers to seek solutions and do the buying without contacting salesperson. While this shift has happened across, these changes has even given a new rise to the trends in lead generation. So, Don, what do you think about these changes in the buyer behavior? And what, according to you, are the new trends in lead generation that have these changes have brought along with them?
Yeah. Well, marketers are having to strike a balance between lead quantity and lead quality. So rather than striving for the greatest number of leads, marketers are now concentrating on generating the most valuable leads. Research from Google is showing that around 85% of marketers are looking to enhance their lead quality. We're also going to see more of the more complexity in the buyer's journey. Buyers are well informed. They tend to conduct thorough online research before initiating any contact. So they'll visit your website, read reviews, they'll compare prices with competitors to ensure they get the best deal. And we're also seeing that while they're conducting this research, they're frequently switching between devices. So Google research again showing us that every 30 minutes consumers generate as much as 230 million unique paths to purchase. As third party cookies become less reliable as means of measuring user journeys, it's going to be essential to capture these online and offline interactions as first party data. But marketers have to ensure that this data is passed on to their advertising platforms securely.
Sure, Don. I cannot agree more with you regarding this. While the digital interactions have increased, the security constraints have come into picture along with that. But as a marketer, you need to integrate everything together. And also, what I have observed with this growing digital interactions, it has become important for marketing leaders to make a conscious choice about their digital touch points with the customer. Because generally they are bombarded with so many digital touch points, the customer itself get somehow at the back foot of overreach there. And also they need to make sure that these digital touch points are helping them to create brand recall and build a robust lead generation strategy. uh, I could say that one of the most effective methodology to rely upon when making a conscious outreach about the digital footprints with the customer is digital marketing. So, Andrew, here I'd like to know how, according to you, a brand can leverage a digital marketing to capitalize on the benefits and boost lead generation efforts.
Well, and Kush, yeah, I think you touched on a little bit with the diversity of channels that we're talking about here. So the main thing is there's really no silver bullet, and for most of us right now, there's a greater scrutiny on our expenses. The problem with this is that some of these investments, like your podcast, social media, blogging, it's hard to attribute or quantify these. And if we're talking B2B, these things are extremely important for your lead generation. As Don mentioned and alluded to, people are doing research. Your attribution software just doesn't tell you how people are doing the research. So I believe, the best approach is to create content that makes the people you want as customers aware of the issues they have, and these are typically then the problems you can solve for. Talk about the problems your competitors aren't speaking to. Then use your digital marketing efforts to promote that. Now, We know it can take upwards of 22 touches for a prospect to contact you. So you have to be seen. Optimizing your website and content for SEO is just a starting point. Google Search Console, it's free, but also look at SEO software like Moz or SEMrush. Organically, you've got to create active social media communities. Pick a couple platforms your audience engages in, and just focus on creating a regular presence on those. Don't feel like you have to be on every single platform that's out there. You can also share your content through email. If your content is useful, you can send it to your internal list that you have at your company. But also, salespeople can use these in their email outreach. On the paid side, consider AdWords, Google AdWords, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For B2B, generally LinkedIn works the best. I've also most recently been seeing some companies finding success on Reddit, especially for niche audiences. But when you do this, just focus on narrowing your targeting as much as possible. And lastly, think about ways you can spend or expand your content marketing messages through industry partnerships. These can be influencers in your industry, but also think about companies that offer complementary products or services and partner with them. It takes some time, but building these partnerships definitely pays dividends.
Great. And you very rightly said, I think what I could derive as a crisp is that you need to be conscious, you need to understand these digital touch points deeply with respect to the individual users. That's like a hyper personalization. And then integrating and sending the right message, which should be strong enough to compel user to revisit or to complete the buying journey. Great. So, in past or in a recent time, we have also observed, the boom of generative AI, uh, and this indeed has led a martech side of the marketing to scale to the new heights. We can clearly see and note that with the new tools being launched into the market every other day, and these tools are really helping marketers to streamline the processes, to make themselves more efficient, and invest that free time into the deeper analytics and working on their communication strategies. Don, how, according to you, the lead generation approach has changed with the advancement in these MarTech?
Well, brands are increasingly adopting digital marketing strategies to attract high quality leads and to shorten the buying cycle. To initiate digital marketing campaigns, it's crucial to integrate MarTech solutions, customer data platforms, CRM, marketing automation platforms, analytic tools, website tracking, content management systems, and so on. So, a well integrated tech stack can enhance marketing efficiency and produce measurable benefits, while a complex ones can add more complications. A well integrated stack enables us to capture data from disparate sources and allows us to convert it into meaningful information to make better decisions. And AI is becoming more and more critical to make the most of that. AI has become an integral part of the MarTech stack for lead generation, for qualification, and conversion. The AI market is estimated to grow by around 125 billion dollars from 2022 to 2027. So there's no slowing down. Marketers are increasingly focused on AI as it offers a competitive edge in lead generation. And with AI, we can identify accounts that display buyer signals in market account activity and understand customers better.
Right. And you would like to know your 2 cents as well here.
Sure. Just real briefly, I totally agree with Don. Marketing technology has come a long way, and it's a matter of it's not a matter of having data anymore. It's more a matter of too much data and finding what's actionable. So, we're still figuring out AI, but there's a huge potential to use AI to optimize marketing processes. As I see Emma here in the chat mentioned, such tasks as researching competitor strategies or finding ideas for new campaigns. We're also finding a lot of our marketing automation platforms are already starting to integrate AI to help provide insights into about prospects and customers, and even uncover new prospects or suggest existing leads that are worth pursuing.
Sure. Andrew and Don, definitely. Personally, I have, engaged myself into the use of AI, starting with the chat GPT itself. And trust me, it has made my job much easier, whether it's about creating personalized campaigns, flows, or, outlines for your new pages or content or blog. It's just like a click away from you, and it's done. I am really loving that experience. And then other side, companies like Adobe and other are now themselves investing into the generative AI with the new tools coming up. So that I'm pretty excited to see what's further there on the Martech side. But for surely, I definitely agree with you. The integration is very important for any marketer to understand the complete journey and then analyze the data to take a required action. Well, while as a part of our discussion, we have been talking about innovation, martech, utility of AI, and the effectiveness it has increased for marketers and their efficiency as well. The next question which comes to my mind is that uh, are the success metrics or the KPIs same? Should they be same, or we need to consider about resetting the old KPIs of marketer, or what will be the right lead generation KPIs and metrics to measure the success? That's, I think, the new question, the question which came to my mind, because we have seen the industry disrupting with the introduction of new tools in the martech segment and the AI being integrated across everything. Uh, so I'll be, Andrew, if you would like to pick this up to start with.
Sure. Just talking about lead gen, we first need to understand that the lead is not the goal. The goal is revenue. So I always start with that. I never typically report on MQLs. I report on the number of opportunities, number of wins, and revenue. Now, you do need other metrics, of course, including your MQLs, SQLs, conversion rates, cost metrics. But these numbers help our department and not necessarily executive management. So I would just say start with the goal in mind and the metrics that have the greatest impact to your overall company. Don, do you have any other thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, totally agreed. Actually, I was going to say something very similar. If you're going to thrive in this dynamic era, in this interesting time we're in, you've got to keep track of the metrics and KPIs that best inform your progress towards your goals. Um, it's really important to determine the stages of your sales funnel, which consists of different stages from lead gen to conversion. Some other metrics, KPIs, could be bounce rate, customer cost of customer acquisition, customer lifetime value, average deal size, average revenue per customer. Um, so that I think that's a good starting point there.
Great. I think, uh, Andrew and John, it's a very interesting discussion which we are going around at this point of time. And by seeing Ria back on the screen, it's an indicator we have already surpassed our allocated times. So, without any further delay, I'll hand over the stage to Ria. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, John.
Well,
Thank you.
that was super insightful. I think my biggest takeaway is that brands can generate quality leads by leveraging smart tactics and technology. And to ensure sustainable and effective lead generation, it's crucial to rethink and readapt to the changing circumstances to weather the storm and emerge even stronger. So, thank you so much, Don, Andrew, and Ankush. with the actionable takeaways that you've shared, I think we all want to implement these tactics in our lead generation efforts like right now. So thank you so much again. I'd like to remind everyone here that our subject matter experts are available in the lounge area and the booth. Please feel free to catch up with them and stand a chance to win exciting Amazon vouchers. All this excitement deserves a coffee break. Time to refill our coffee mugs and be back quickly as we'll resume the marketing fun in just 5 minutes. Let's be back in a jiff, and I'll see you in our next keynote session titled The Art of Scaling Community Connections with AI. See you there.